Welcome to 5 Minutes with Pastor Lutzer. I'm so glad that you joined us today as we discuss the topic of pandemics, plagues, and natural disasters. What is God saying to us? Now, if you were with us last time, you know that I told about the story of Job. And I did that because Satan was given permission by God to bring about two natural disasters. One was lightning that destroyed Job's cattle, and a windstorm that blew over the house and killed his 10 children. Now you know the rest of the story. I won't take time to read it. Job then later on is plagued with boils, and that also was brought about by the devil, but notice carefully, it was under God's supervision. God said to Satan, you can do this, but you can't do that. This should build faith in our hearts as we begin to think of Satan, to realize that he is under God's authority. He isn't just out there creating havoc, and God is not looking at him and making sure that he is staying within the parameters that have been laid out for him. That's really a separate story, but important when we even talk about demonic warfare. But back to Job. All right, there he is. And his wife says to him, curse God and die. Now I have in my file a number of people who have written me letters who have said, look, let's not be hard on her. She didn't actually mean curse God and die. She meant bless God and die. And the reason that they say that is because, interestingly, in Hebrew, the word bless and the word curse are essentially the same word. Only the context tells the difference. But of course she meant curse God and die. She didn't mean bless God and die. As a matter of fact, earlier, it was Satan who said to God, take away everything that Job has and he will curse you to his face. That's why Job says, you are speaking as the foolish woman, as a foolish woman speaks. Shall we not receive good at the hand of God? And shall we not receive evil? And Job blessed God. Let me tell you a modern Job story. Perhaps you've heard of it. On November the 8th, 1994, Pastor Scott Willis and his wife Janet were traveling along near Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I'll tell you the story. A piece of metal fell from the truck, and they had to drive over it. The van explodes. Scott and Janet are able to get out only with burns that healed after a period of time. 6 children are in the van. One, Benjamin, is able to get out of the van, and he is helicoptered to a hospital, but he dies the next day. Now, just visualize what is happening. The van, I should say, is burning. Scott and Janet are out on the highway, fully conscious, waiting for an ambulance. Now, Scott says to Janet, and I've checked this out because they are very good friends of ours. Rebecca and I have been in their homes. We've traveled in different parts of the world together. Scott says to Janet, we're ready for this because they are with the Lord. And then, imagine this. Before they get into the ambulance, Scott says to Janet, quote the verse we have just learned. And what is that verse? It's one that I want you to memorize if you don't already know it. I quote it to the Lord almost every morning. Psalm 34, verse 1. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. Can you believe that? Out in the highway, instead of cursing God, they blessed God. Like Job, they were willing to say, let God be God. Now, we could go into this. Think of all the contingencies. If that piece of metal had fallen a little earlier, or if it had bounced into the ditch, If Scott and Janet had started out that trip a little earlier or a little later, it all would have turned out differently. But they take all these contingencies, and I've discussed this with them, and if you can visualize, you write your contingencies on a chalkboard. Then take a circle and encircle all of those contingencies and right above them the providence of God. I want to ask you a question today. Some of you are going through great trials. Are you angry with God? Are you wishing you could just curse him? Job says, I will bless God. Shall we not receive also evil from the hand of God and only good? Well, today you have your assignment. Psalm 34, verse 1. Memorize it, quote it often. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continue to be in my mouth. Let us learn to bless God. Thanks so much for joining us today, and please join us again next time as we continue our study of pandemics, plagues, and natural disasters. And as for today, you just go with God.
Thanks for joining us for 5 Minutes with Pastor Lutzer. Moody Church Media exists to bring glory to God through the transformation of lives, and we believe this can happen through solid biblical teaching. Access our resources at moodymedia.org or follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Moody Church Media. Join us next Monday as we continue to explore the deep truths of the Bible and the Christian faith together.